People, welcome to Reaching Out Way. The folks, I'm just getting in. I got to tell you, I went to the mayoral debate in Meridian, Mississippi, and I watched the city council candidates debate first. Wasn't really a debate. In a sense, it was, but each candidate had the opportunity to speak about what it is they're going to do with the questions, and the moder, the moderator, the president of NAACP. I think it's Marcus Houston. Might not get the first name right. But that's Reverend Gary Houston's son. Did a very good job. Very articulate, very intelligent. Did a very good job of maintaining order. And it was one of the best debates that I've ever went to. I never went to anything. There were so many people there. It was very well organized. I enjoyed it, and I can tell you, people, that if you haven't seen it, then you should see it. I think Scott Array was there, so you probably could go to his website and see it. I recorded and I have it, and I would. I'm not going to play it or anything like that. But if any of you want to see it or want me to send a copy of it to you, I'll be glad to send it to you. Just inbox me here. Um, I'm reaching out with Eddie. I don't have a script. So what I'm doing and what I have been doing is basically ad lib shows. It's um, 11 o'clock at night, and I'm just getting here from Meridian, Mississippi. I had a very good time, and I'm telling you, people, that my friend, my brother from another mother, called me up and said, "Wow, there's a warrant for Copeland's arrest. He's wanted for murder." I said, "What?" Said he just killed someone. I said, "Wow." I mean, became very concerned, but he just killed Percy Bland. And of course, then it dawned on me that he was making a joke. There's not a warrant for his arrest, but basically he drugged Percy. And folks, let me tell you, Percy did not have a plan. You could not even think that he was ever mayor of Meridian because he did not have a plan. He didn't have good answers. Talked about weed for 4 years. They talk about all the problems, and anybody that still has that job and you can talk about the problems or what it is that you're going to do, and you've been there for 4 years, or you've been there for 8 years, or you've been there for 12 years. In Percy's case, Meridian has went down here from the time he became mayor all the way up until now. But I can tell you that Jimmy Copeland had a plan for everything. I don't care what question, folks. I implore you to go and watch that debate. Percy looked bad. You could see he know that he lost the debate. If there's a winner and there's a loser, then that winner was Jimmy Copeland. Jimmy Copeland had an answer for every question. None of the candidates knew the questions. They just knew basically what the topic was going to be. Percy was ill-informed. He didn't have a plan. He attacked Jimmy Copeland a couple of times, and it's like it was reversed on him because he attacked him and the information was not correct. And I mean, people have had one of my childhood friends to tell me that Jimmy Copeland was placed. They got him to run the East Mississippi Businessmen, the Business Association got him to run. It doesn't matter, people, who got him to run. It doesn't matter because we all convince people that we think that are qualified for a certain position to run. I encourage a lot of people to run for office. I encourage a lot of you out there, hey, run for office. We need that. And what I like is that it was a lot of people there. Now, from what I understand, I got to tell you this about Tracy Tim. Tracy Tim did a very good job. He was straight to the point. He did not go past his time. I mean, he had answers. You could tell he's familiar with the streets, so he had answers, good, very good answers for a person that know about what's going on in the streets. I say he was more informed about what's going on in the streets. I mean, everybody, you talk about things, you talk about the problem. Tracy Timms had an idea, he had a plan. Now his candidate, I guess Barbara Henson's daughter, is running for office. She did not even show up to the forum, and that, to me, that's just not good at all. When you could come and speak to the people, and it was a mixed audience there. The place was packed. It was so packed, but couldn't be outside because of the weather. They had to open up, I think, 2 rooms in order for it to accommodate all the people there. And you still had people standing up on the wall, and then you had people sitting down in the other room that everybody could hear, and people out in the hallway. The Dice Man was there, TC was there, Fred W was there. It was a lot of people there. I saw Jimmy Hobson's sister, so there was a lot of people there, and a lot of people. I saw Cassandra Sloan, I saw Marsha Poe was there. I saw so many people there. I saw Chick Johnson, Jared Hudson, Reverend Houston. Naturally, he was there because his daughter was there. And folks, I can tell you that Percy literally did not have anything to tell you. He was exposed tonight. He was exposed to be the incompetent person or the incompetent mayor that mayoral candidate that he was when he was in office. He's talking about what he gonna do and what we gonna do and all that. Percy, you didn't do it in 8 years. Lolo was not there. Surprised. I saw Scott Ray there. Her sister Patricia Allen was there along with her husband. It was just so many people there. And I got to say that Cedric Ruffin was there, his sister. It was so many people there. And I won't remember everybody's name, but I can tell you that it was a lot of people there. Now, it was not as many people there as it was at Jamal Roberts' parade, and it should have been the exact opposite, in my opinion. It should have been about the same amount of people should have been there, and we can. I hope the silent majority. Oh, I saw Judge Primo there. I saw, and his wife. I saw so many people there. I just cannot remember everybody's name. And Percy Bland's daughter was there from grad school. His son was not there. I don't know whether his wife was there. I think she was, but I saw him there, and he looked tired. He looked uninformed. He looked. What you see is what you get, folks. I strongly recommend that you all go back. But I got to tell you this, is that Jimmy Copeland made me very proud to be just to be a black man, just to be, he has an impeccable career. He has a plan for everybody, everything, not just talking. Percy didn't have a plan. He didn't have anything to say. He talked about his department. Percy, you must have forgot about all the different chief of police that you had when you was mayor. You must have forgot about all the CAO that you had that was not qualified, that you had when you first became mayor. You must have forgot about parking and recreation, how you turned on Magruder, how you just about, and then you must forgot that the police force, all the different chief of police and Rita Jacks, Thomas Van, suing you because of their mistreatment with the Meridian police force. But you have other people such as Cassandra Inge, who just left and went somewhere else. You have Orlando Clark that has been mistreated by the Meridian Police Department. You have so many people that have been mistreated, either by the mostly by the Bland administration, but I think Orlando Clark mistreated by the Smith administration. So you have Percy Bland that created all this chaos in Meridian, all this corruption, all this lies that's running for mayor because they went and got him because they knew that you wasn't going to re-elect Jimmy Smith. We got to stop letting people select leaders for us. We got to stop letting things like a Republican, or because he's white, or because he's brown, or because he's yellow, or because this person, he's associated with that person. Then as educated as you are, and now educated as I believe you are, that you should be informed and get the most qualified person for that job or for that position. We cannot go back in that circle. We cannot continue to do things the same way. If we keep going back to the past, how is it that we can ever have a future? Percy, y'all know who Percy is. He showed you who he is. He's not that smart. He's corrupt. He wants the money and the power that comes with the job. Don't care about you. He didn't care about you for 8 years. He's not gonna care. And I gotta say this to Chick. I talked to Chick, and Chick said he's still somewhat undecided. If anyone watched tonight's debate and saw Percy Bland's performance and saw he did not have a plan, saw that I can't understand that, Chick. And the same thing I'm gonna say to my brother. I'm gonna call you out, Reverend Hudson, for you to talk about who got somebody to run, and that's not good either. it's you have a master's degree, probably your doctorate degree now, probably Dr. Hudson. Either way, you're very educated, and you got to use that cognitive ability to just look at the facts, man. We cannot go back to what we had. If we have something that's better, then we need to choose that. Meridian is in dire strait as a result of selecting people because they're our friend, or because they're with the Democratic Party, or because they are with the Republican Party, or because I like them, or because they can have a good jump shot. We got to get away from that. Until if we can't get away from that, then we are part of the problem as opposed to a part of the solution. Now, I'm not going to bore you and talk a long period of time, but I just have to tell you that Jimmy Copeland, I mean, he excelled tonight. And if I had not made up my mind and I did not know who I wanted to support or tell all of my family and friends, all of my family and friends need to vote for Jimmy Copeland. I got to tell you this too. Tracy Timms needs to be your councilman for Ward. I think it's Ward 5. He defeated Joe Norwood. He has an independent candidate, a Republican candidate, Barbara Henson's daughter. I don't know her name, but she did not even show up at the debate, and she should have. So she's taking you for granted, or either she think that you're going to elect her because who her mother is, then that's wrong. And I got to tell you somebody else too. This guy here, there was no one there that was more articulate than Rick Spells. Rick Spells did a stellar job. Brandon Rue was there. He spoke a little fast, so and that's just him being excited about the job. And so, but and Dwayne Davis was there. Dwayne Davis, I don't know whether he answered the questions they asked him, but usually when they ask him a question, he talked about how the council job demand this or that. But Dwayne Davis was there, and he has the candidate that was there also. Let me see to get his name that's running against him. I don't know. I think he's running as a independent, and his name is Kyle Waller. Kyle Waller was there, and he answered the question. So it was good, and it was a Republican candidate was there for. I think he said Ward 5. So you have an independent candidate, you have a Republican candidate, and I think that you have a Democratic candidate for Ward 5. But either way, I know that Rick Spells is running, if I'm not mistaken, in Ward 5, and I think he's running as an independent. So this is his card. And so I got to say that this is a man that doesn't need the money. He knew the job. He know what Meridian need. And I just think it's time for us to go with something new. Now, I don't have a card from the other person, but I can tell you this is that I think that Meridian now wants change, and I can see that change coming. You had another person that was from, if I'm not mistaken, Ward 1. He had something to say too, and I don't remember his name, and I don't remember the other guy's name. But I can just tell you the standout people was Tracy Timms, Rick Spells, and definitely Jimmy Copeland. And Brandon Rue, also he spoke. He spoke fast, but he spoke on topic, and he had an answer for what it is that he was going to bring to the table if he's elected. So, but this person here is, I tell you that I think that Jimmy Copeland will be the next mayor of Meridian if you guys get out and you vote on the most qualified person, the person that has a plan, a person that has not offered anyone. I didn't ask him for anything, but he don't owe me anything. But that's how it is with him. He has not promised anyone anything. But I assure you that Bland, that's his way. I know because I was with him when he first ran for mayor. Not the time he lost, but the time he won. He make promises and make promises that he's not going to keep. Well, he's definitely not going to be able to keep these promises because I already know that the citizens of Meridian, Mississippi is not going to elect Percy Bland as their next mayor. And Percy, that's when you can really go off into the sunset. Y'all have a good evening. Thank you for watching in. Y'all share this stream with other people. Jimmy Copeland, you did an excellent, stellar job.